Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines 2 here in our ultimate city. Another winter is upon us and we've just established the education district. I feel like in today's episode I want to expand a little bit more and also maybe start building a forestry industry in this area. Now, in order to accomplish this, we first need to at least unlock this tab so we can conveniently finish the rest of the build. And I think what I gotta do first is just expand the territory so I can rebuild the road and then precisely set up the terrain. So I'm just gonna get started re-establishing the road that I previously had. Let me see if we can do this. Wait a second, something weird is happening. I cannot delete these roads individually anymore, or even attach another road to it. You know, it might have been the power connection that I established here. Let me get rid of some of that. And I'm also gonna delete the pipes right here. I think that might be it. Now I can finally continue attaching a road to this and it totally comes up with a different grid, but I think that's fine if we just start putting the alley in now. So make a connection right here. Yeah, I'm still struggling a lot with the grid. It's just not doing what I want it to do. I'm gonna try to turn off snap to guidelines, and now connecting this, we still mess everything up. I think I'm just gonna do my best, and until there is a mod that actually allows me to do some fine-tuning, we just have to live with certain downfalls. So I wanna keep going with this. There would be the next alleyway all the way over to, I guess, this point here, and then connecting there. And now I can make the final connection. For that, I'm actually gonna require the guidelines to connect with this. Okay, at least the shapes are now good. Let's get back into the terrain level tool in order to adapt the height. All of this needs to be precisely cut off, and then we just rebuild it in order to get that concrete edge. Thankfully, we don't lose any of the trees by terraforming, so this can be a sustainable forestry industry. Wonderful. I got the approximate terrain that I'm gonna be working with here in the forestry industry, and I guess I'll be right back once I got this all fixed up. Let's see if that works in just one go. That would be amazing for a change. I don't think it worked everywhere. Oh, maybe it did. No. Oh my gosh, this is even worse than I thought. Thankfully, we don't have to do this very often. Wonderful. Back I am, and I managed to do it more or less. As you can see, I also figured out why I have all of these weird curves in here, and of course it was because the terrain there was reclined a little bit too much in certain places. As you can see, I also already started to decorate the park here with my own trees. I'm probably gonna be removing most of the wild trees in order to accommodate for my own, and then we just have to wait for the growth. I also added the two bridges in order to go down. I'm actually not convinced I'm going to be using this type of bridge. It just doesn't look convincing enough to me with the inclination. So I might rather be using the grand bridge, or maybe we just go down normally. Can I do that? I mean, what happens? We just get a road. No, that looks actually worse. 2-lane highway. We could try one of the highway bridges. Ooh, that might actually look a little bit better. Yeah, and then we just have the one-way bridges. We would have to unlock some of the larger roads. Let's actually check the bridges. We could unlock them right here. That's gonna cost me quite a few points just to check it out. So for now, I'm just gonna stick with this bridge design right here in order to get down into the forestry area. And in order to do that, I would like to see a road right against the wall here. So maybe I somehow managed to do that. Just drag a road across the entire thing without it snapping too weirdly. Yeah, that is actually fine. I'm just gonna be continuing this for the time being, hooking this up, but this is gonna change. Wonderful. Let's have a look at the industries here. Specialized. We want to get into forestry, and it's just this tiny building that I think I'm gonna hook up against here. And now we have to dedicate an area. I want to make this fairly large, but this one should be considering our city planning, since it's going to be in a place where we continue building. So I'm going to bring it out towards this edge here, and I'm going to bring it down. We can still later on adjust the nodes. For now, I just want to, this is actually a fairly large area it would encompass, but maybe we're going to make it larger in the future. For now, I'm just going to bring this up to the road all the way over here and complete the area. Okay, now let's not forget about the power and everything that we shut off. We're gonna connect it there, and also our sewage business is gonna be connected. Is this working? Yeah, I think so. Now, these guys here claim they have no car access. I wonder what I did wrong there. Yeah, I think something is weird with these two roads here. Let's try to reconnect these like so. So apparently only the power connects via the bridge and the liquid doesn't. That means we have to hook this up by ourselves, and now hopefully this is good. I'm still a little bit confused here. Maybe I have to drag a couple of roads in order to make this accessible. So I'm just gonna test this out with gravel roads. No, actually I cannot really drag a road through this. Interesting. So I'm gonna bring a road all the way around, see if that helps. This no car access issue is a little bit weird to me. Wait, I cannot even click it like the other industries. Okay, I'm gonna try this again, just bulldoze the area. So it does kind of snap against the road, but it also behaves extremely weirdly. Yeah, let me just try this again and connect you. Okay, that looks fairly decent. Ah, okay, so that was actually a bug. Now I have the building that I can click and probably everything should be fine. Great, now we already have 10 employees and people can start working here. This is going to be a loud industry, so I guess right here is going to be a large entertainment area in this wing. Now, with the most recent update of City Skylines, I think they mostly tried to fix the bug with not enough customers. We'll see after we run the simulation for a little bit, but I just saw one actually disappearing. Oh, here we have our first machinery going for the trees. Is this actually going to be realistic? No, I think they just drive back and forth. I was wondering if they actually specifically pick a tree, fell it, and then plant new trees, and they have to wait for more to grow. Yeah, they're just driving back and forth. Nothing really changes here. Does that mean we should plant more trees? I don't really know, but can it hurt? Probably not. We can use the brush, then maybe plant more. No, I cannot do it inside the forestry area. Okay, that's fine. And, ooh, police. Did we already have some crime going on here? Larry, tell me what you did. Oh, that reminds me. We have one guy. What is he doing now? Right there. Adrian Ortega. Let's see where he lives. No, he's actually working here. Now, he changed the company. He's also educated and lives in 31 Chester Street. Where is that? Let me check that out. Ah, okay. I think that was the house from before. And he lives here with 15 other people. Very nice. Good job. By now we have 50 people going to this school and 22 people going to the high school. This is not enough. Let's go ahead and expand on our living situation a little bit. I got some low density housing here, but I don't want to grow. Let's continue with a medium density in this case. And I'm just gonna do one large building here. Let me get a large one, please. And I'm also gonna do one on the opposite side, of course, keeping the symmetry for now. Also a little bit more shopping here, about 4 of these guys. Actually, I'm just gonna do 3, and then there would be the space for another large center. You know, one thing I'm really missing is the placement of rocks. So far, I only seem to be able to place trees and bushes, but no rocks. At least I haven't found or unlocked them yet. Checking out the wood production, there is still a lot that we could produce before getting to capacity. Like the stone production is the only one that is at its limit. So I'm thinking we'll be improving on the size of this, though we'll have to consider the radius we can even do this in. Let me see. Yeah, it might be worth including this bit here as well in the future to produce a little bit more, or maybe even have additional forestry areas. I feel like right now we could profit from park maintenance and maybe even large parks. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock these 2 things, giving us access to the park maintenance depot. It doesn't look like it matters where we place the building. Right now I don't really have a convenient spot for it. Maybe I'm just gonna place it right here in this corner. Yeah, that might actually work out, and we can even have a pathway to the left side. There's an extra garage that we can add to this, or a supply storage that overlaps. Okay, I guess for now we can just leave it be. Next up we have a large city park that is, well, fairly large. Actually, that looks pretty nice. Not yet sure where we're gonna integrate that. We also got a large plaza. Very nice, I have to say. And finally a large playground, which we might be able to fit in here. Yeah, as a matter of fact, this is fairly perfect. And I also want some pathways now going to the right side here, connecting this up. Sides of buildings, new. I just want to connect through here. Maybe add another pathway right there. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. That hopefully also contributes to the entertainment of this area. But yeah, still no rocks or anything. We got some landmarks. Let me see. Right now I need to cut down on my spending a little bit. So I think we should rather zone a couple more buildings, or maybe start with the suburbs where we also can build low density buildings. Now, just because the people demand low density, that doesn't mean you exclusively can grow with that. Eventually they're gonna move into whatever the heck you're setting up for them. But yeah, I also wanted to get some more offices in the joint, and I wanted to do this here. Unfortunately, the pattern also here got destroyed a little bit. So what I'm doing now for the first time is I'm not choosing the building sizes. I'm gonna allow them to set this up in any way, shape or form they like, and maybe it does look acceptable. We're now steeply making our way towards the next milestone, which doesn't actually unlock a lot of stuff, but we will be getting some more money. So maybe the deficit isn't even that bad. We can just keep on growing. And as long as we get new people and new shops, we should also be able to profit more. So maybe it would be nice to see some building variety. We can go into the North American building types, and I'm gonna do some medium density housing here in the center. Let me see. Yeah, we're probably just gonna do those in American style. Now I've been thinking we could maybe introduce this. This will cost me 28,000 just to move. However, we could have it somewhere close to this building, maybe even on the other side. Let's see, maybe we can do something with the road here. Don't snap. Ooh, this is gonna break my path, but this is okay. Yeah, we're just gonna drag this through here. That is much better, an alleyway. Add a road here and add a road right adjacent to the wall. Have you right adjacent to this. Okay, I think I'm gonna be liking that. We're gonna enable the service now. This just got us in a huge deficit, so I wonder, maybe it's also time to introduce a little bit of public transportation, because since we're already in deficit, why worry about anything? Oh, we actually already have a bunch of taxis, but they're probably coming from the outside services. Yeah, look at these taxis. So maybe a taxi depot isn't the worst of ideas. We could have it right here. Let me see. Do I want to continue this road? Probably. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have it adjacent to this road. That kind of makes sense to me. Or do we want to get started with a bus? I think this might be too expensive. Let's do the taxi depot. Adjacent to the road that goes up. Let's check it out. We can add a dispatch center right on top of it. There is also the electric taxis. What does that do for us? It's just going to be more costly, but people are going to be much happier. And a garage extension, which is going to require a little bit of space, but we can have that right here at the very end. Okay, let's set up some taxi stands. There's a taxi shelter type thing and a taxi stand. At the shelter, people can actually wait for taxis. That's intriguing. Okay, where do we want those? I'm assuming these are only pickup places, and then the taxis can drive wherever they want. They don't need a destination shelter, so to speak. So I think I'm gonna get started with a taxi shelter at the same spot where we have mailboxes. That could be a good rule of thumb. I had another mailbox somewhere here. Let me see. Yeah, I can actually see it when using the bulldoze mode. So there's gonna be another taxi stand right there. Oh, that actually got rid of some of my trees. But yeah, now we have 2 taxi stands, and hopefully this is gonna improve some situations. We might actually have to add some more. But yeah, now we can already see many taxis are being sent out here. As a matter of fact, we can have 8 taxis. That doesn't feel like enough. Oh no, actually we have 20 vehicles, but only 8 employees. I'm not sure that is adding up. But yeah, we can see we probably need the garage extension sooner rather than later. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that, increase the capacity to 25 and 12 workers. And now these guys are just zipping around town. Absolutely wonderful. Hopefully that is gonna improve the living situation a little bit. We are still struggling here with not enough customers, but I just don't believe them. We now also have double the amount of people inside of the schools, and into the cemetery we already have delivered 2 retirees, if you know what I mean. Plus 3 well-being within 300 meters. Okay, I think this might actually have helped with the upgrading. Now let me see this disaster. Yeah, that's what I anticipated. It just doesn't use all the space the way I would have. So I'm guessing we could go ahead, fill up the gaps with a pathway here. Maybe, probably not. Just trying to turn off the snapping, and ooh, we might be able to do this without destroying anything. Okay, in this case, I'm actually okay with the gap. Maybe we can do something about this house here so it distributes the offices a little bit better. No. Make 2 buildings. Come on. Okay, never mind. Make 1 building and I'm gonna continue the pathway here as well. Problem solved, and it kind of looks intentional. I really hope they address this zoning issue in the future though. Now it looks like we still have unreliable mail service even though we have the mailbox, but you said that I do need the post office. Now this is gonna cost me quite a bit of upkeep a month, but I believe it might be necessary. I'm not sure we're able to pick up all this stuff this way. I could go ahead and fit it in here for the time being. Ooh, Boomtown just unlocked. We got 1.4 million, 6 unlock points and 8 more tasks to purchase. Higher loan limit, textile, fiber farming, heavy traffic ban and advanced pollution management as policies here. And the next milestone is going to be Busy Town. Post office also comes with some upgrades here and there. Yeah, this is going to require quite a bit of space once it gets going, but hopefully this is now going to help our citizens have more reliable service. And of course that also means I want to keep growing. Now considering the residential demand, I think it might be wise to continue with a suburb the next time. So I will probably be purchasing a lot of these coastal tiles and then just start building up a suburb so we can have quite a bit of low density housing and actually increase the population to also get more money for our services. Right now, of course, we provide services for way more people than we have available. Right now, I feel like finishing the industrial district here, at least a little bit more, just get a couple of these buildings to start zoning. I'm actually happy with the amount of shopping I have here. I don't think people need to go shop elsewhere. And then right here, we're also doing good. So this is kind of a lie, this shopping demand. I don't really believe them. By the way, the offices seem to be coming along nicely. They do upgrade rather quickly, as a result of which we are getting more well-educated positions. However, our citizens are not really well-educated, right? We have 0%. Just educated 30%, that is actually not too shabby, but then well-educated, nothing. We need to unlock the college and later on also the university. Now, to be quite frank, the college sounds even larger than the high school, and the high school is already going to be large, though most of it, yeah, is on top of here, and then we just have the stadium. The stadium I wanted to place here, but now I see that the cemetery is in the way. So yeah, that is actually kind of unfortunate. Totally forgot about that. We cannot even have the road there. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that problem another time. I think we can still move the building if we want to, but dude, I'm gonna worry about that once we reshape the roads here a little bit. We have some more abandonment here on our low density housing. They just don't like it. I think the placement isn't good here with all the other buildings. Like these need to be, I don't even know. None of my low rent housings so far survived, and they tried a couple of times, let me assure you that. Good, so now we have all of our taxis zipping about. As you can see, it's kind of worth it. Do I get some money from that? That would be really good to know. But yeah, a lot of these guys are now transporting, and we could probably just go ahead and build even more. Wait a second, allows taxis to pick up passengers from all over the city, not just dedicated taxi stands. This is absolutely incredible. I should totally give them this upgrade. So now the taxi stands are kind of redundant, but I'm still gonna have one everywhere I have a mailbox. Oh, new signature building available. The Curumdum Cadumdus. A modern classic that puts on a smile on the face of its inhabitants. Intriguing. Oh, right there, a new category. So this is a residential building, isn't it? Ah, this is so cool. So you can have like specific buildings that are dedicated to a task, such as residential. I really like that, though residential seems to be limited to only a couple of these buildings, maybe 10 or 12. And so I kind of want to have dedicated spots for them as well before I just start building them. But there's +4 well-being within 1 kilometer, which is quite respectable considering the entire cemetery only gives +3 in 300 meters. We're still in demand for more medium density housings, and I feel like I want to fill this up with some 3x6, and on the other side we might be able to do something similar. Yeah, as a matter of fact, this adds up perfectly. 3x6. Oh, and this should also mean we now are getting a population boost and hopefully also a little bit more money as a result. But holy cow, we're getting there. I know I'm developing the city rather slowly, but considering that the game breaks at 50,000 people at the moment, I'm not too much in a hurry to get there. I rather want to dedicate much thought to what I'm doing. Also, we now slowly have to consider the public transportation that is going to be going into this. And as mentioned, in the next episode, I intend to build like an entire suburb in order to accommodate a lot more people, hopefully make some cash. But I think with that out of the way, I'm gonna wrap it up for today's episode. I sure hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.